Hello there, I'm Ariana Hunter, real estate broker for Su Casa, Su Castillo, and today we'll be talking about, in the segments for finance, we're going to be talking about single parenting, single mothers, and budgeting. Basically, the number one thing, most people get divorced or separated. Some people never get married, but they grow apart, is finances. And usually it comes to fruition once children come on board. Usually it is a problem, but it gets magnified when there's a third party. And so your upbringing, the way you view money comes to float in how you manage it. And so that is the number one reason most people get divorced. And unfortunately, in my line of business, I see it all the time that this is why I assist people. Now, the very first thing I'm going to tell you is I'm going to keep it simple because the other one I went on and on. Just going to keep it to business in the sense that I am the logical portion of things. I don't analyze the what of things. I just see what comes in and what it leaves. And that's the first thing I go over with my clients is that, okay, first of all is we take a quick survey how you view money, because believe it or not, we need to see where is your mind, because I could show you all day long how to manage it, the mechanics of it, but I will not be able to. Your emotions will betray you each and every time. So I need to know where you are mentally with your money, and believe it or not, that is something that the moment that you speak about it, you begin to get clarification and it begins to get better right away, because not everybody sits with somebody. There's different types of financial people out there, the highly end sophisticated, the very low end, and middle class people are in the middle. It's a little bit of both. We have a little bit of both. That is, we know how it is in the low side, and we have seen the high side, and we have enjoyed it maybe one time or another. And so the middle people get lost in the middle. So they experience those two things. They could feel that they're poor but live like they're rich and look like they're rich. And so it's not widely talked about. But anyway, the first thing to make things simple is to grab a piece of paper, and for 1 month you're going to figure out what comes in and what goes out. Many parents are single parents is because maybe they don't work and they have assistants. So even like that, whatever comes in, you have to monitor what comes in, and whatever leaves, it could be a managing problem. Or if you're a working parent, it could be, well, most time it's not sufficient income, but the beginning of everything is seeing how everything gets spent. So everything, I mean, gas, where you buy your children when you're out with them, food, fast food, you budget for food, your gas, your housing, your clothing, everything, 1 month, just so we see your pattern of spending. Then we go through a quick questionnaire, how your mother feel about money, where your father feel about money, who you live. Do you learn it from a third party, one of your relatives? Do you guys talked about it at home? Did someone show you how to manage your money? How you feel about money, anxious or happy or indifferent? And we quickly have an assessment of this. I do not go deep into this, but if there's need to be, I refer you to somebody who can help you with that, with the emotional part of things. I'll only show you the mechanics, but I see that if we don't address that, then the mechanics are not necessary. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but I have been a mother myself. Practically, well, I haven't been single mother, but I have. My husband worked nights and I worked days, so practically I lived like that for 10 years. That I barely saw my husband, and I managed everything on my own. Of course, financially he was there for me, but physically, and bringing them in, the logic of money between us was rough. I'm not gonna lie. 10 years. It took us 10 years to be in sync in our the way we view money. My whole family came mostly, yes, from self entrepreneurs. So they support themselves, business owners, and of course professional business owners. But nevertheless, they created their income. Versus my husband, who came from a banker side, and the mother stayed home, and so it was traditional checks, earn it, And so there was a clash of how what he didn't understand the way of seeing the world, and I didn't understand how he saw things. So it took us a good minute to figure it out. Not everybody does, because I know that that's what people end up divorced, because they're like, no, you know what, this is the way I'm gonna run my money, this is the way I'm gonna live my life, and this is where you're gonna live, and that's what people end up splitting. I'm not saying it's easy, it hasn't been, it's hard, but this is what you have to figure out right up front. If you're looking for help, you will find the help, and you need to figure those things out, right? Because the next person you're gonna meet, if you find somebody, you need to be clear on this portion of your life, because money is 90% of your life. Believe it or not, I know most people would think that's not true, but everything you touch requires financing, or a decision, or income, or budget. So I'm not gonna exaggerate, 99, maybe 70% for some people. As I got older, it became less of a problem. But when you're young, it is, you have to merge your income. And some people don't want to do that. That's how you end up being single parents. So the other person is more selfish than the other, and they don't understand the sacrifice that the other person makes, because they say, oh, they're home, they're not contributing, but that is money. Babysitting, but it's not babysitting, it's taking care of children, requires funding, and somebody had to pay for it. So these people are giving up the careers, giving up income, so they have to be compensated as such. Anyway, I hope this has helped you. To next time.